Nuno and João are partners from the Walking Mentorship, and they bring the inside look in the life of the people they walk with. The podcast Keep Walking With Me searches for potential solutions towards the best version of ourselves. Every month, we walk together with a guest. There is a disclaimer that needs to be shared. After listening to this program, you might feel the urge to step outside and go for a long walk. But don't worry, that is absolutely normal.
Welcome to the podcast Keep Walking With Me. Today we have another very special guest walking and talking with us. So let's start. In a nutshell, who is Laura Montesanti?
Hello, Joao, and hello, Nuno. Good to see you, and thank you for having me on your podcast. You start with a big question, so thank you for that. So I will answer by sharing a story with you, actually. And actually, it's a story about walking. So it's quite fitting.
Oh, we'll like that.
We like that, yes.
About 18 years ago, I was in India on a yoga teacher training. And I was looking through one of these Lonely Planet guides, as you do. And I found this lake, a beautiful lake called Rara Lake, the largest freshwater lake in the Nepalese Himalayas. So I decided I wanted to go there. So once I finished the teacher training, I prepped myself and I get between buses and walking and different things. I get all the way to Nepal, where I start my walk to get to this lake. And I very quickly realized it wasn't just a walk. I very quickly realized there were lots of other components to this. And I slept, one of the first nights, I slept in a small home with some locals, and someone from the community told me, in the morning, people gather in this location. You should just go there because you're going to start walking. There will be possibly cars available. You need to be there early morning and then set off with someone, with them to walk. So I did that. And the first thing that struck me was the community coming together to achieve their goal to get from one place to the other. So in Nepal is a little different. You don't just walk for the sake of walking. Many times you walk because of necessity, is to really bring provisions from one city to your little town in the middle of the mountains. So a little less frivolous than my my desire for the walk, probably. But I was determined. I wanted to see this beautiful lake, and that was my journey. So I joined the community, and we started off. You first get into a car, and then the mountains in the Himalayan mountains. The roads are not what we think of here in Europe. They're a little different. So there are landslides, there are lots of unforeseen things that might happen to you through your walk. So yes, you get on a car, and then eventually you hit a landslide, and then you need to start walking, and then you keep going, and then you jump on a tractor, and then you walk a bit more, and then you find refuge in a little town to spend the night, and you keep going. So I did that for 5 days until I got to one of the main towns high up on the mountains called Jumla. And there is where I was meant to start my next phase, my last few days of walk to get to the lake. And I suddenly realized I wasn't really equipped for it. So I was quite naive in my preparation for this journey. So I realized I actually needed like good shoes and real hiking shoes kind of thing, and also probably a jacket because it was going to get cold. So I went to town and looked around to see if I could get something to get a bit more equipped for the trip. And then I realized I didn't have enough money for it. So I went to the local bank and tried to get cash out, and realized that it wasn't as straightforward as it would be in any other place. So I quickly realized I wasn't able to really move forward so much with what I wanted to do. So I was just walking back to my accommodation, and I bumped into three generals from the Nepalese army, which were quite surprised to see me there because there are not many tourists. And therefore, they stopped me and said, "What are you doing here? Who are you? Why are you here? And so, where are you going?" And I explained to them, "Look, I really want to get to this lake. I know it's not too far, it's a few more days walk, but I'm kind of stuck." And they were like, "No, you must get to your lake. You must get there, and we'll help you." So next thing I know, I find myself sitting at a cafe with them, and they just call in a local guide that knew how to get to the lake, and apparently was speaking Italian, but was really more like ciao, and that's it. But that was good enough for me, really. And then the morning after, we set off to get to the lake, and we walked and we walked, and was just such a beautiful experience. Nature there is fantastic. You're surrounded by nature. You don't meet people for hours and hours of walk, and you just walk in silence. And every now and then you come across some people, and on their own mission to go from one place to the other. And that's where I met my Nepalese sister. So at one point of my walk, I decided to stop. I see this beautiful tree, and I decided to stop under the tree. And this young girl was resting there with this big backpack, like rucksack actually, or actually, sorry, with this big chest on her back, carrying provisions. And she looked at me, and I looked at her, and we just sat there for a while. And then at one point, she turns around to me and she says, "John," which in Nepalese means "let's go." And she extended her hand to me and hold my hand, and we started walking together. And we walked together in silence for hours, holding hands, no need to speak. We were just there for each other and supporting each other through the walk in the presence of each other. And later on, my guide told me, she referred to me as her sister, her walking sister. And now every time I look back at this experience, I think of her as my walking sister. And I kept going, and a few days later, eventually I got to my beautiful lake. Finally reaching the peak and seeing this beautiful lake just opening up in front of you was so powerful. And you probably, hiked up a mountain before, and you know that feeling when you reach the peak, everything just lifts off your shoulders. That struggle, the strain, the struggle, and the difficulties that you went through, they just fall off your shoulders. And you feel light and happy and content and at one with nature. That was a beautiful moment for me. And obviously, having reached my lake, I was super happy. And it was just a beautiful experience. So all this to say that Laura Montesanti is someone that believes that you can climb any mountain. And that anything is possible if you do it with purpose, intention, and determination. So this is exactly the same belief that guided me through creating Synergy. So I'm also the founder of Synergy, the retreat show, a B2B trade show focused on wellness travel. And I'm also a mother and a wife.
Wow, Laura, thank you so much. I think we all went up the mountain with you this recording, because while I was listening, I almost could see the face of your walking sister. So thank you for such a beautiful introduction. We know that for a person walking and working and giving so much in this wellness sphere, there's a moment when probably your personal healing becomes some kind of a mission, kind of a public mission. Do you remember the moment or the instant you realized on your journey that I have to build something bigger than me? And most likely what led you later on to Synergy. Do you remember that moment?
Yeah, definitely, very clearly. Was during COVID, during lockdown. And that was probably the first time in many, many years that I had time to really stop and think, what am I about? And what do I want to do? And what do I want to bring to this world? What impact I can have in this world? And that was one of the main moments, but also a few years before I lost my cousin due to his struggle with mental health. And that definitely was another big trigger for me to act and do something to impact people more positively out there. So these two main moments in my life definitely contributed to me checking in with myself and really deciding what do I want to do to really make a change out there. And through my experience, I've really noticed that there is so much that can be done. And two of the industry that were very important to me were definitely in my journey and life were the wellness and the travel industry. And therefore, I took a closer look to how this industry operates. And I think there was a real disconnection between the two industries. And I thought, why we are not working together more and really with a greater purpose? We can achieve so much if we do work together and collaborate. And we can impact people's lives so positively to help more people healing out there. So yeah, that was the moment I decided to make that change.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, Laura, I think obviously that is beautiful, but in reality, many people have beautiful ideas, but very few really execute them. And especially at the scale that Synergy exists today. So, what do you think allowed really your vision to move through, to break all the inertia, all the struggles that for sure you had, and actually bring this to reality and to what it is today?
Well, definitely, Synergy is very different from what you might consider a normal trade show.
Mm-hmm.
We are, first of all, we are the only trade show focused on wellness travel. But also, one of my goals was really to deconstruct the way we do business from what people, the mindset that people have in the way we do business together.
Mm-hmm.
And move away from the usual let's say business talk to connect on a deeper level. So at Synergy, we start focusing on the person, before focusing on the business. So for us, when we design the program, we really look at how we can impact each individual first, before thinking, how do we make people make business and close deals? That comes automatically, will come. So for me, it was very important to create a space where people could come to share and connect on a different level. And we do that by providing an experiential platform for everybody. So the program is designed to supply workshops, classes, talks that really work on the individual first. Put them on the mat or on the seat and in a group of people to really talk with each other about life, about important topics that should be discussed amongst everyone in the industry. And that is a real step forwards for people to connect. And then, yes, you do get your 30 meetings of 20 minutes each throughout the 3 days that everybody wants. But believe me, the magic happens outside those meetings. And things will come. And business will be closed. We see so many success stories of participants and people collaborating and working together. And that's because they connected on a deeper level. And that connection brings so much more.
Wow. Well, based on connection, and I'm just thinking that we are counting the days to be in Sardinia next October. But while we need to wait, maybe you could give us your first song.
Yeah, so my first song is Beautiful Day by U2. And that's, for me, really talks about a bit, it really reflects a bit the story that I told you about the mountain. So it's really showing how you can decide how to live each one of your days in the way you want.
All right. Well, a beautiful day will be.
Heart is a balloon, shoots up through the stony ground. There's no room, no space to rent in this town. You're out of luck, and the reason that you had to care, the traffic is stuck, and you're not moving anywhere. You thought you found a friend to take you out of this place, someone you can lend a hand in return for grace. It's a beautiful day. Sky falls, you feel like it's a beautiful day. So let it get away on the road. You've got no destination, you're in the mud, in a maze of her imagination. Your love is down. clearing the sea out. See the bedroom fires at night. See the oil fields at first light. And see the bird with a leaf in her mouth. After the flood, all the colors came out. It was a beautiful day. Don't let it get away. Beautiful day. Touch me. Take me to that other place. Release me. I know I'm not a hopeless case. What you don't have, you don't need it now. What you don't know, you can feel it somehow. What you don't have, you don't need it now. Don't need it now. It was a beautiful day.
Well, thank you very much, Laura. It's so great actually to put us on this direction. I would like to go back to your first Synergy retreat show. So maybe in your mind looks like 50 years ago, but because probably many things happen. But was there a moment during that first Synergy show that maybe gave you goosebumps? A moment that you thought, okay, yes, this is exactly what I dreamed of. Maybe you want to share that with us?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the first synergy was, oh my gosh, was a real surprise. Was way more than I hoped for. I was shocked. And I was walking around for 3 days with a giant smile on my face, high on energy. That was like surrounded by this amazing energy from all the participants. So that alone gave me goosebumps. But I think towards the end of Synergy, there was a moment where someone came up to me and said, thank you so much. I feel re-inspired in what I do.
Mhm.
And that clicked with me. That was never really at the core of the intention when I started Synergy, was really to do something with the industry. And to see that how deeply impacted someone's life and their everyday life, because that will mean that that person will feel recharged and re-inspired and live every day of her work more positively,
Yeah.
is so rewarding. And actually that gave us inspiration for the programs in the future years. After the first year, we started working more and more towards personal development. And we seen how needed that was. So yeah, definitely that gave me goosebumps. The fact that we had such a strong impact on individuals, I think that was just so beautiful.
Wow. Thank you.
Thank you. We're looking forward to feel that impact, and I'm sure we're gonna feel that in October in Synergy. But we feel somehow that retreats are very much about presence, depth, personal experience, whereas trade shows most frequently are just speed and volume, business, right? So how do you reconcile this kind of opposing energies in Synergy?
Yeah, as I was mentioning earlier, we are very different from a normal trade show. um, Once you attend, you will see, you will be a bit shaken. And we do prep participants, we do tell them to really let go of any preconception of how you do business and what a trade show is, so that they can come fully fresh and clean to experience each day of the event. So as I was saying, we do focus on the experiential side of things, and we do put the person first. And that, I think, is a real uniqueness of what we do. We actually start the event with a coaching workshop. So very different from any other trade show, of course. But we on the first day, we bring everybody together, and we have a large workshop for every participant to really prep them personally first to do business together and to connect with other people. And we hear it from many participants. After the event, they understand their business more in depth. They understand the market more in depth. They understand their clients more in depth. And that just happened by working on themselves.
Yeah.
So it's quite amazing. So we do provide that platform for people to really grow by sharing and connecting and supporting each other in what they do. And is as unique probably, but as simple in one way as that.
Wow, that's that's amazing. And actually, I believe that you actually do something that we do as well in walking mentorship in our immersive programs. And everybody tell us, you're crazy, you shouldn't do that. But we do. I believe that you meet every single participant before the event. Well, we do the same. We do a video call, and which is rare, by the way. So my question for you is, what have you learned by doing this that maybe you couldn't have learned any other way?
Yeah, and actually, Joao, we not only meet everyone that attends, we meet everyone that would like to attend. And that's a huge difference in the sense that anyone that would like to participate in Synergy, we take the time to have a call and understand their whys and understand their goals and understand their story. And then we make a selection. And that's how we create the energy in one way. Everybody is aligned with their mindset and approach to and preparation to what's to come. And that really does make a huge change in the landscape of the energy and participation in the event. So one thing that I always find very interesting is when I look at people websites before our calls, and then I meet them and I ask them, why did you start your company? And I hear the real story and I'm like, oh my God, why didn't you put that on the website? And I get to learn so much more and so many interesting things about the participant that really gives me the insight of why they're going to be there, who do they want to meet. And that really facilitates that connection and also facilitates the design of the program for us. We understand what our audience needs and we provide it for them.
Wow.
So yeah, it does take a huge amount of time, as you know.
Absolutely. But you know what? Yeah, when you do what you love, time is
Exactly.
a bit of a different measurement here. And maybe to, keep us on this incredible flow, maybe it's a good time for you to give us your second song.
Yeah, so my second song is Hema Durga by Donna De Lori. And talking experiential, and the core really elements of synergy. I think this is really a song to experience by closing your eyes and just sit back and let go.
Okay, so Donna De Lodi.
Let's close our eyes.
Jai Jai Ma, Hey Ma Durga, Jai Jai Ma, 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 Jai Ma. Hey Ma Durga, Jai Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma, Hey Ma Durga, Jai Jai Ma, 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 Jai Jai Ma. Hey Ma Durga, I wanna love through your love. Hey Ma Durga, I wanna feel what you feel. Hey Ma Durga, I wanna see beyond this illusion to what is real. Hey Ma Durga, I wanna love through your love. Hey Ma Durga, I wanna feel what you feel. Hey Ma Durga, I wanna see beyond this illusion to what is real.
yesterday. Shanti Mangalakar, Padam Bali, Gachama Shivedati, Swaswaram next day.
Well, thank you for that mind travel, Laura. Well, you have organized synergy from, well, Ibiza all the way to Tulum, um, and you choose places with unique energies. How do you sense that the place is ready to host a retreat, a synergy retreat? How do you choose, evaluate, identify what is the thing that clicks and makes you know this is the place?
Yeah, that's a very good question, Nuno. It's probably not as straightforward, but there are so many elements that play the part. Something that is key always is to find the right partner, the right venue that is really aligned with our values and the approach to how do you deliver an experience. So that's one of the first things that that I look at when I make the selection. But then is really through my site inspection, I always make sure I visit the location and feel the space. To me, that's very important. That really connects with something that has guided my travel throughout my life. Is something I call destination energy. Since I was living in London years back, and I was traveling to really regenerate myself, that was really at the core of my travels. Every time I had to pick a location, I would first of all check in with myself and see what do I need right now for me. And then I would feel called to a specific location. So I find that's very important to really listen and really see what each location can provide. The heritage presence, the cultural heritage present in every place is so impactful in someone's experience. And that's something that I observe every time I do my site inspection. I check the land, I check the culture, I check the heritage that is present in wellness practices. And all these little details really inform me into which place will be right and which place is not right. But definitely, I take usually a nice walk around. Sometimes I even play music in my ears and zone out and really experience the space. And you feel it. You know that's the right place.
Well, on that note, and when you think about the ripple effects of the synergy show, obviously in the lives of individuals in the industry, such a amazing ecosystem. What do you hope will be felt, let's say, 10 years from now, when you look back? Let's time travel now.
I really hope that people will understand that there is another way to experience your work life. You don't have to suffer when you work. You don't have to do business in a way that is constraining you. You can actually do business and be kind to yourself at the same time. So I really hope that mindset will change. I really hope that people will understand that you can do business going for a walk and having, a walking meeting, being in nature and regenerate at the same time versus locking yourself up in, tight clothes and meeting rooms. So there are other ways of doing this. But also I really hope that we will be able to provide more healing experiences for people out there. Healing experiences that will talk to a diverse audience and not only to specific audience that recognize with yoga or certain practices that might not speak to everybody.
Yes.
You can heal in many different ways. There is not one thing fit all for healing. It's what works for you and what is right for you. And I really believe that as an industry, we can make that change and we can provide more healing experiences to people out there.
Wow. It's absolutely.
I really think that's a very insightful perspective. And in that spirit, if you could give a blessing or make an invitation to anyone who is listening to this podcast and actually has been dreaming of building something meaningful, maybe within the wellness space, what would that be? How would you inspire or help someone in that situation?
First of all, I would say stop and check in with yourself and really dig deep and really learn who you are and what you're about. And then when you're set with intention and purpose, no one can stop you. If your purpose is true and true to yourself, you will get there, you will achieve it. So keep going and trust yourself. And any mountains that feel unsurmountable you will be able to overcome. Just keep going. And I can tell you something that happened to me years back and really threw me off balance. After many years in London, I left and I moved to Cape Town after I became a yoga teacher and decided to open my yoga school. So I started teaching and I didn't have a lot of clients. And I realized that many people in Cape Town wanted to do hot yoga or power yoga. And I was teaching hatha yoga. And didn't sound as appealing, I guess. And I thought maybe I need to change. Maybe I need to start teaching power yoga. Maybe I need to start teaching hot yoga. And like that, I would be able to fill up my school and, grow my business. So I contacted my teacher, my guru in India. I messaged him and I said, look, I'm in this situation. I really, I love what I teach and I love what I'm doing, but should I change? And he said, no, stay true to yourself. And the people that resonate with what you do will come. And so I kept going and I kept teaching hatha. And yes, I eventually closed my yoga school. It didn't work out, but I started teaching in a different format and I had a wonderful following of students that were recognizing with what I was sharing.
Yeah.
So stay true to yourself is very important.
Well, can't go wrong there.
No, absolutely. And actually, I love that you answered the way you did, because it might look like a big jump in our conversation, but maybe it's not, because I mean, in the end of the day, you decided to carry your own backpack, right? That's what you did with the decisions you made. Well, we at Walking Mentorship Programs, we believe that each person needs to carry their own backpack, because obviously it's not the backpack itself, but it's their lives, metaphorically speaking. And now this, gets a bit tricky, because when we talk about wellness, quite often the word comfort might come along. And I do have a lot of mixed feelings about too much comfort, or feeling too comfortable, because here it can be a bit different. What is your opinion about, this life, especially I would say in the Western world, made so easy that it's almost easy by default, and if nothing, it's easy, it's almost shocking. And what is the final impact actually in our experience when things are so easy or too easy? Does it take you away from the essentials? Are you actually, by having too much, start missing the essential of things? I don't know. This is a very big question, but what do you think?
It is, Joe. It is a very big question. We could, I think, talk about this topic for a long time.
Yes.
I might need to cut myself short because I can talk a lot. So, yeah, I completely agree with you. And yes, the Western world does provide a lot of comfort, and sometimes sitting in your discomfort is really where you learn the most. And actually, talking yoga, that's something that we teach a lot on the mat. Whenever you encounter a pose that feels very painful, or, well, a pose that feels uncomfortable, we ask you to sit in it and breathe and experience it. And when you learn to deal with that, you will then learn to deal with any other struggle in your life. So when you sit with that discomfort, you get into a journey of really learning a lot about yourself and how do you deal with this. So yes, struggle is needed in order to grow. Otherwise, we would have a very flat and monotonous life, I think. And every struggle obviously feels like a lot, and you do sometimes feel things are unachievable, but you really need to keep going and learn how to overcome it. But also about all the frivolous things in life and all these extra things that we collect and we carry throughout life. I can totally relate with that. As I was mentioning earlier, I lived in London for about 10 years, and I collected a lot of things over these 10 years. And then all of a sudden I left, I moved to Cape Town, and I cleared my house, and I just sent some luggage down to Cape Town. And then I went off traveling for months, just with a backpack. And my backpack actually started becoming lighter and lighter through my travels rather than heavier and heavier.
It does happen.
Exactly. You get smarter, with
Yes.
while you walk around with that with that backpack. So eventually I got to Cape Town, where I was meant to receive my luggage a few weeks after I arrived there. And I lived out with my backpack for about 3 weeks before I received my luggage. And then I remember receiving all this luggage and opening up the luggage and looking at all these things and thinking, what do I need this for? Where am I going to put it? What am I going to do with this? And that's something that stayed with me, because you fall back into that routine of collecting and surrounding yourself with lots of material things that are really unnecessary to fulfill yourself. So it's a great process to go through. I advise everybody to maybe every now and then do a little clearing.
Yes.
And you will feel so much lighter. And then you will reconnect really with the more important things in life. So yes, I completely agree.
Oh,
Thank you for that. I do think that it is so liberating to just leave off your backpack, because when you reduce your choices, you also actually simplify your life and amplify the experience. So
Absolutely.
it goes a little bit against the logic, but in reality, that's the experience. So it's worth trying. Well, but after that, I really am looking forward to your next music. So can you share that with us?
Yes, that's a beautiful song that I discovered through this Mexican artist. She's a songwriter and artist that we invited to come at our event in Mexico. Very young artist, but so talented. And is a song called Home. And I really think it talks a lot about community and represents a lot what we do as Synergy. So yes.
Yeah. Sounds perfect. Let's go home.
Hold on to me as we go, as we roll down some familiar road. And although these waves stringing us alone, just know you're not alone. 'Cause I'm gonna make this place your home. Settle down, it'll all be clear. Don't pay no mind to the demons that
Thank you very much, Laura. We are entering, unfortunately, our last stretch. It's a couple of what usually we call unfair questions or curveballs, but nothing serious. So first question is, if you could take off on any adventure today, so there are no constraints at whatever, what adventure would be, and most interesting, why?
Oh, I have a long list there, Joao. So it's very hard to pick. So yeah, it's an unfair question because I can't pick probably one location or one specific adventure, but definitely would be something with purpose. I've been involved in humanitarian work since I was very young, and I always found myself looking for connecting with purpose and giving back. That's something that has always been at the core of what I do. So if I could probably take off today, I would go on an adventure that combines probably nature, community, and also contributing to the location where I'm at. So like a regenerative project somewhere in a remote place where I could really connect with the locals and work with the lands and support something that is really meaningful to me. And I really think that the most fulfilling adventures are always the one that feed the soul. So
Well, let's go.
Yeah, definitely. And following up on that, um, if you look at what you have traveled so much, you have been to so many places, and certainly secret places. You already shared a few with us, but now we would really like to invite you to describe a special place for you. You don't have to tell us the name, actually, if you don't want to over tourist it, the place. So don't tell us where it is, but just share, how would you describe that special place in your life?
Okay. Let me think. Which place? Oh, there is definitely one place that has a special place in my heart. So what I can say is amazing nature. One of the first things that I experienced when I arrived in this place was the force of nature, the pure force of nature. You feel the energy of the mountains crashing with the ocean. And a very vibrant culture and diverse culture that not only gives you great conversation and insights and really interesting place to live, but also great foods and great wine.
I'm envious of you.
You can try and guess which one it is, but
I think I have a clue, but yeah, I'm not going to share. João, you are on mute.
That's right. That happens sometimes, even in my own life. But anyway, well, we have one more question for you. It's one of our favorite ones, and I keep saying that one day we should put all together, the dozens and dozens of absolutely beautiful, amazing people we have been interviewing over the years, and maybe just make a compilation, one book just with the answer of this question, because it's very beautiful, the answers. So here it goes. If you had a time capsule, so this is something that has no constraints, so you can put whatever you want inside, whatever size, whatever you want. We will shoot it into the universe, and maybe, I don't know, maybe tomorrow, maybe 1 million years from now, someone or some entity will open up And the question is, what would you place inside? What's your message?
That's not an easy question, I have to say, to answer. There is a lot there that I would probably put in this time capsule. I have a 15-month-old son, and there is a lot of, I find myself many times asking myself, what do I want to preserve in order for him to experience the world and things that are disappearing, unfortunately, in this world. So definitely I would put something in there that will help him appreciate and understand some of our ecosystem and nature that unfortunately disappearing every day. But it sounds very challenging to put it all in a capsule. So I think what I would probably do is put a message that invites the person that opens it to smile.
Oh.
I really believe in the power of smile. And I really believe that the person that will open it will feel good if they start smiling and will connect with you. And I think that's one of the most powerful things to connect. So why not making someone feel good on the other side of that capsule when they open it?
Wow. I don't know anyone that looking at a smile doesn't feel better. So that's amazing. And actually, why am I smiling? Because I want to add something. Usually we stop here, the recording, but there's one thing that I really would like to share to the people that are listening. It's a little bit of a story. We've been invited and we heard about the Synergy show, the first event in Ibiza. We almost did it. Actually, we started even planning routes that we could maybe deliver something from Walking Mentorship there. We dreamed about it, and then life happened, and a lot of things happened on top, and we couldn't make it. And we couldn't make it to Bali either. We couldn't make it to Mexico, but we are so happy that finally we can make it to the Synergy show in Sardinia next October. And actually, this is the part that's putting a smile on my face. For anyone that wants to come a couple of days before, we will do let's say a pre-event show. So really to slow down and start focusing on these incredible days that we will be living in October. So even if no one else shows up, only for us, this will be absolutely perfect, because quite often we feel that when we go on event, we kind of parachute ourselves into these events, which are amazing, but usually take us, a couple of hours, maybe a day. And sometimes when we are about to leave, that's when we kind of land in the event. So here stays the invitation from one side, but from another, a huge thank you to you, Laura, for all your work, everything you've been doing, the lives you have been touching. And thank you for sharing today a piece of this wisdom, of this energy, this life, and that beautiful lake that I think that when people go back and re-listen, because quite often we hear that our podcasts, they need to be listened more than once because there's a lot to chew. So the second time they will go up the lake, maybe they will find other things along the way.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, João. Thank you, Nuno. I really appreciate the time with you and the conversation. Thank you.
Keep Walking with Me. It is a podcast inspired by the Walking Mentorship experience. Step by step, we walk together towards the best version of ourselves. For more information about our mentoring programs, visit our website walkingmentorship.com.